This is the car?
Yes.
How did you learn that the defendant was selling the car?
So I was going through a Facebook Marketplace and I stumbled upon his ad. So I messaged him to view the car, and I looked at the car. It seemed all right. I mean, I'm no mechanic, but it seemed all right. And I scheduled another date to come back to look at the car because it was already like 6 o'clock and the bank was closed, so I couldn't get any cash.
Mr. Mendez, is this the ad that you posted to sell the car?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
1999 Lexus GS, listed for $3,800. You bought it for $3,400.
I bought it for $3,400.
What did the defendant tell you about the vehicle?
So at the bottom of the ad, you can see it says clean title. This vehicle has no significant damage or
problems.
Right.
You test drove the car, did you not?
Right. So I just drove it around the park real quick just to make sure I didn't hear any outstanding noises. Again, I'm not a mechanic, so I just wanted to make sure I heard nothing too crazy out of the ordinary.
Right. You're not a mechanic, so let me
Right.
ask you something. How would you know if something were crazy and out of the ordinary?
I mean, I have a license since I was 16. I've driven cars like pretty much since then.
You're not a mechanic.
So, right. But I mean, you can clearly understand when something's out of the ordinary. You can hear like random noises or like something that's obviously off.
This your first vehicle purchase?
Yes.
Is this your mother?
Correct.
Mom, can you take the stand?
Yes.
Have you bought cars before?
Yes, I have.
Have you bought used cars?
No, I have not.
So perhaps you were not in the position to give your son this pretty common sense advice. You got to take the car to a mechanic.
What?
I mean, when you buy a used car, it's an as-is sale.
Right.
Did the defendant ever tell you that you couldn't take the car to a mechanic and have it checked out?
No, but I also asked him if there were any issues.
Are you a mechanic?
He said there were no.
How long have you had the car?
I had the car for 4 or 5 months of that.
Why were you selling the car if you only had it for 4 or 5 months?
I purchased the car from a neighbor. My intentions were to keep it. Actually, I have a daughter that started driving. I didn't know when I purchased it that it was an 8-cylinder car. If I put my 19-year-old daughter on it, that's probably not the smartest
You
thing.
thought it was too much power for your daughter, so you decided to sell the car.
Yeah, that's why I never even registered the vehicle.
Here's the rub, Mr. Mendez. He paid for the car, and 2 days later, it stopped working. He says that there was the concealment of some defect that you knew about, and that's why he wants the money back. Is that your position?
Yes.
He paid you the money on January 30th. On February 1st, he could not start the car. Now, can you explain that?
I would not be able to explain that to you due to the fact, like I said, I did not know any history of the vehicle. But what I could say is that the people that checked the vehicle out before he did, one of them brought a scanner, the vehicle never checked nothing out. If a person before him would have checked the vehicle out and said there's a check engine light, I would not have put the car up for sale.
How much did you pay for this car?
I actually paid $300 for the car.
It has a book value of $1,613, and you sold it to this young gentleman for $3,400. Should I assume something nefarious or disingenuous because you made a spectacular profit on a car that does not work?
No, I looked up similar vehicles and priced it accordingly to what I saw. My intentions were never to oversell the vehicle. All of my intentions were to look at what's out there and price it fairly.
Mr. Romero, what facts can you give me in support of your position that you did more than simply buy a car that you did not spend enough time checking out before you gave the seller your money?
So when I had the car inspected by the mechanic, he told me that there's no way any of these issues could have just like sprung up in the day that I had it. And also,
well, that's hearsay because the mechanic's not here.
So on page 23, you can see that there's a list of recommendations for the repair order, which is
check engine light, codes read, there's a misfire, swapped tire pressure issues, rear brakes, rear shocks, transmission pan leaking, power steering pump leaking. These are things that you could have discovered before you gave him the money. Judge Domingo?
You said the reason why you didn't bring a mechanic was because you had all this experience driving. You thought you could figure it out yourself, right?
No, not necessarily.
Isn't that what you said?
No. So the only reason why I didn't bring a mechanic because I just didn't think of that. I don't know.
The reason you didn't bring a mechanic was because you've been driving around.
Well, right, but that's not what I exactly said right now.
I don't think you know what you're talking about. Honestly.
No, I do, for sure.
What was the urgency to buy this guy's car? What was it about this car? The Kelly Blue Book value is $1,613.
Right.
What would make you want to pay more than double?
Older vehicles, like Blue Book doesn't necessarily reflect the market value. Like if you look at the market value on Marketplace, especially that car, it was within range, for sure.